You're absolutely right, Michelle and Eric. Now, whether it's $1,500 or $4,000, more business owners tell me they are paying out of pocket because they're worried about being dropped by their insurance carrier. They say it's not fair, but insurance experts tell me that it happens and that business owners can take action. It's a gut-wrenching experience for small businesses.
Within a little bit over a year, we've been broken into 3 times already.
Nick Bowie is the owner of Dong Tap Noodle on 12th Avenue South in Seattle's Little Saigon district. As if the break-in last night wasn't bad enough, he tells KOMO News last week his insurance carrier decided not to renew his policy for February 2022. The reason stated in this letter:
unfavorable loss during the second break-in.
What does that mean?
I believe the claims are more than what they wanted to pay out.
After being broken into several times and being dropped by his insurance carrier, Bowie now needs to find new insurance.
Why don't they raise our premium rather than just cancel us outright? And that's the disheartening.
Matthew Humphrey of Steel Barber in Seattle's Ravenna neighborhood, who also had his insurance policy dropped, is now paying out of pocket to repair the damages from repeat break-ins. Bowie says he's planning to do the same.
Every time they smash windows, that's about $1,500.
One commercial insurance broker told us in the past 36 months, insurance companies have been ratcheting down what they are underwriting and that clients are getting non-renewed. Some are seeing substantial increases in premiums. It all depends on the carrier. We also talked to Northwest Insurance Council, a nonprofit.
Seattle and Portland have seen a rise in crime. They've seen changes in policing that may be affecting those crime rates.
A receipt for you?
For Seattle business owners worried about their coverage, here's his advice.
It's a good idea to talk to and have regular communications with your own insurer to make sure the coverage you have is adequate for what your situation is, and ask ahead of time if they're having any issues about underwriting or changes in their policies or rates that might affect your coverage.
Hi, Michelle. Yeah, 2 big things that the governor said today will help with some of that demand. First is the feds announced today that FEMA is going to be sending a mobile vaccination unit here to Western Washington to help set up some mobile vaccine sites. The first one's going to be opening up on December 20th at the Federal Way Performing Arts Center. That'll be open for about 30 days. Another site still has not been announced. The other thing the governor announced today was the state is going to be receiving 30,000 more vaccine doses than what it's allowed for the cap for the weekly amount that it gets from the feds. On top of that, it's going to be asking for 80,000 more on top of that number. So a lot more doses are heading the state's way. The governor did acknowledge this afternoon that there is an incredible amount of demand for COVID-19 shots and boosters right now across the state. A King County health official described it as a perfect storm or even a tsunami based on several factors that have happened all in a very short amount of time. First, a big chunk of people who got their initial Pfizer or Moderna shot 6 months ago are now eligible for those boosters. Lots of people who got the J&J vaccine at least 2 months ago are also now eligible for boosters. You have kids between the ages of 5 and 11 that have been eligible for their shots for the past several weeks now. There are new concerns over the Omicron variant. Added on top of that is holiday travel and gatherings, and all of that has happened within a matter of weeks. So in some cases, people haven't been able to find an appointment until sometime next month. And within the last 90 minutes or so, I asked the governor directly about that. He says patience and persistence will be key.
You can't have all of a sudden tens of thousands of people wake up and decide they want the booster and all of a sudden have everything happen in the first 8 hours. That's just the situation we're in. But this is good news. It is good news, big time, that tens of thousands of people in the state of Washington have figured out, I need to get my booster. That's really good news. And we are confident that people will get the booster in timely fashion.
Public Health Seattle and King County told me today there is plenty of federal supply of the vaccines. A small portion of the problem is not enough facilities to administer the shot, but the even bigger issue that they're seeing right now is not enough personnel, people to actually get those shots into arms. The governor added, you shouldn't panic if you're going to have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks to get your booster shot. He said if you've already had your initial doses, you have already have some level of protection, even as we wait for more research to come out of this Omicron variant that's now circulating across the U.S. Live in Olympia, Steve Buchanan, KOMO News.
All right, we got to Josh, Christy, the people who live in the home tell me that these packages come from a friend in China, and truckloads of these deliveries have created a sea of packages that can be seen by the whole block.
It started out, maybe there were 20 packages out there, and then it became 100, and then thousands.
Neighbors say this pile of Amazon boxes in the front yard of this East Brainerd home has been growing for months. But Dustin Nash says this isn't the worst it's been.
It's dwindled down quite a bit, but I mean, it used to be stacked all the way out to the road.
We first found out about this through an email from a neighbor who sent us these photos, but she didn't want to be on camera. She wanted to know what could be done about the boxes and told us she wasn't having any luck getting a hold of someone from the city. We contacted the city, who told us the house falls on county property. We reached out to a spokesperson for Hamilton County to see if this was a violation of any codes, and he was not able to give us a response today.
I don't know what's in the packages, but you know, I would imagine the weather damages whatever's in the package, but it just stays outside.
We spoke to the people that live in the house. They did not want to be on camera, but they tell us they have a friend who has a contract with an Amazon warehouse in China. They say whenever that friend's contract expires, she will send the packages to their house for the family to sort and then send back to Amazon for the company to sell. We reached out to Amazon to ask, and spokesperson Brandon Barabo says they have no comment. But even some of the neighbors' packages get delivered to this house.
A lot of times, actually, our packages are delivered there. My husband will have to walk up there and get them.
She says her family is also considering selling their house and is concerned for people to come look at it.
It looks kind of crazy, makes the neighborhood kind of look a little crazy.
But others don't seem to mind.
I could care less. Let people live.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.